Hi, welcome to SBR TV. I'm Peter Loshak. We have Doc, the head linesman at Legends, with us once again to talk about the week in betting. This week, we'll see how he and the books did with the first two rounds of the NCAA tournament, what games they won and lost with, and what the big public and sharp sides were. Thanks again, Doc.
Always a pleasure, Peter. Thanks.
So how did it go in general? How did the first two rounds go in general?
Very busy, and the public did pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
They did real well, especially Saturday and Sunday. They whatever losses they had Thursday and Friday, they got back. So they had a pretty good week.
So handle was overall up. The volume was up. Betting volume.
Oh yeah, it was handle was real good. Yeah.
So which sides did you win with?
Well, let's see. Like Thursday, we did real good on UCLA beating Michigan State. Butler beating Old Dominion. Did okay on Richmond beating like Vandy.
Mm-hmm.
But we lost some big morning game. West Virginia was real bad. Cincy was bad. BYU landing on 8 was really bad.
Yeah.
I mean, anytime you get middled on a high volume game, that's not too good. And then K-State over Utah State was not real good either. So we started off a little bit in the hole on Thursday, and Friday rolled around, not too shabby. I mean, Friday was about a washout. We made a little bit of money. We did good, like on George Mason, Memphis, Long Island, covering against North Carolina, stuff like that. So for Saturday and Sunday, the players ran roughshod.
Really, what sides were those?
Let's see. Saturday, the main games. Kentucky was giant -3.5. Them coming back. Florida -5. I mean, the Sharps were on UCLA, but they got outbet by the public. Butler and the money line. How I tell you, a team like Butler wins the first round. I told you the second round they'll fall in love with them. Well,
Right.
They bet up on the money line too.
That's right.
That was a disaster. And then UConn, San Diego State, miracle cover in overtime. I mean, Wisconsin again. But the only game we managed to win was BYU over Gonzaga. That was about it.
Really? So people were fading BYU in that one, huh?
Yeah, there was, I said, once again, the sharp guys bet BYU. They actually picked up a winner for a change, but the public was on Gonzaga. That was their only loser, though, so, I guess they didn't sweep the board exactly.
So how were the Sharps doing? I definitely noticed some late line movement on UCLA, so I assume that was a big sharp side, right?
Yeah, they had UCLA, and, they had BYU. That was a monster move, too, also. They bet some big favorites the first day and did okay. They lost North Carolina, they lost Kansas, but they picked up Ohio State and brain crab out Pittsburgh.
Right.
But they weren't the problem this week. They were back and forth and stuff. The public did real well though. They had a big week. So.
Wow. What about the VCU games? Has the Sharps or public been betting on VCU?
The public liked them against Purdue.
Mm-hmm.
Sharp guys laid 9 with Purdue, and I left at 9. I couldn't get any of it. I got a little bit of Purdue money straggling from a few guys, but I had all VCU money. And they see 9 on a game, and it's another team.
Yeah.
They win the play-in game. They beat Georgetown, and people start liking them, and that's just human nature is what it is.
Sure.
And and the line's geared kind of that way, so I understand what the Sharps are thinking, but.
Yeah.
They're welcome to bet more with me if they want to.
So the Sharps actually
I got buried on that game.
The Sharps actually preferred Purdue -9 in that.
Yeah, exactly. And I said I didn't get enough of it. And
Wow.
I left at 9. Everybody's 9.5. I left at 9. I was hoping for some, but I like I said, it just trickles in. Nothing major. The public just kept playing VCU. Plus, they took 400 on the money line. Like I said, they had a very good week. So that's okay though. They're allowed.
Yeah, I don't know. That's kind of surprising to me. And I personally like VCU. We were talking about it on SBR, and a lot of people were saying that, everyone seemed to be on VCU, and that's like normally a bad sign that maybe that was an indication that Purdue was the right side.
They won a lot of games all week, and it wasn't a bad sign. Like I said, they had a big week, but Saturday and Sunday they darn near swept the board both days. They did real well. And even Sunday, we won Florida State +4.5 and Arizona +5. We won the sides, but we lost it all back on the money line anyway. They bet the people that like the dogs, they didn't take the spread; they bet the money line, which that's it's all relevant. But I mean, and they ended up catching both of those, so that wipes out the decisions you won on the side anyway.
So does that mean that you came out down?
Oh yeah, I got creamed.
Really?
I was ahead going into Saturday. I got creamed Saturday and Sunday.
So for the Sweet 16, are there any sides that have been getting notable public action? And do you anticipate the same thing to happen? Do you think the public will favor certain sides that those sides will cover?
Yeah, I'm looking at the board right now. Like I said, they got some popular, the BYU Florida game. I know I'm going to need BYU. Butler, Wisconsin. Probably going to need Wisconsin to, win between 1 and 4. I would take a guess. I think I'm going to get Butler money line and Wisconsin minus points. I think the public might lean towards San Diego State. The other games I'm not too sure. I think the other ones look pretty well matched, pretty well mixed out, but we'll see what happens. You never know until they start firing. But like North Carolina, I'll probably need Marquette. That's probably a safe bet. But the other games look, coin flip. I don't know who I'm going to need.
So do you expect big sharp action to come in on the Sweet 16, or do they tend to stay off these kinds of lines?
Not really. They taper off a little bit.
Yeah.
They'll play the totals and stuff.
Right.
And like I said, the second halves and stuff. When if they're seeing something that the line may be off a little bit.
Well, thanks for sharing all this info with us, Doc. We'll talk to you next week to see how the Sweet 16 Elite 8 go for you.
Anytime, Peter. Thanks.